And what was your legal strategy in this case?
Well, once again, we assemble all the medical records, retain an expert who will then review the medical records.
For the audience that's watching this right now, when you say, you say it easily, we assemble all the medical records. Assembling is the act of discovery, subpoenaing the records, asking for the records, right? Oftentimes medical professionals don't give it to you too readily, do they?
Well, you're right. Fortunately, here in the state of Florida, they are under an affirmative obligation to turn over records once we request them pursuant to statute.
Or what will happen?
Well, well, obviously, ultimately, we will bring a lawsuit with the records or without the records, but under the current state of the law, we are under an affirmative obligation to request records. They are under an affirmative obligation to produce them prior to litigation even being filed.
Now, when he went to Jackson Memorial, I understand he was there for a while. They saved his life, basically, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
And the cost, just the cost at Jackson Memorial was $900,000?
$900,000.
Almost $1 million.
Almost $1 million, sure.
Okay. Tell us the outcome of this case.
After extensive discovery in the case, depositions right before trial, we resolved the case, where the defense, number one, paid all of his outstanding medical bills, and number two, paid our client a total of approximately $2.6 million.
We have, and we're going to show right now, a deposition, one of the depositions you did of Dr. Pombo, where he admits doing it incorrectly. So we'll go to that right now.
We separated the duodenum, and then we go into the ligament of trites. About 20 centimeters from the ligament of trites, we make a resection. And we bring that loop in conjunction with the duodenum that we transected. So we have a drain, a total drain through the intestinal bowel. At that time, then we put the side of the duodenum into the either hepatic or common duct for drainage of bile.
Which one? What are you answering, doctor? I don't.
I mean, it wasn't the duodenum that was attached to the hepatobiliary duct.
So what you told me a few minutes ago, the way you described it, is different from the way
it's incorrect. The way I described it, there's a short distance between the jejunum and the duodenum.
As a result of this case, Dr. Pombo, was his license taken from him by the Medical Review Board?
No, it's rare that the Medical Review Board ever revokes a doctor's license to practice medicine.
Why is that?
I don't have a good answer for you. Unlike the bar, which we're responsible to, medical doctors rarely lose their license unless they really commit a heinous crime. Most medical malpractice is committed by 2 to 3% of the doctors, yet these doctors still maintain their licenses to practice.
Now this case, and I remember reading, it was a long, hard battle. Finally, the hospital admitted responsibility, correct?
Yes.
Why didn't they do that in the beginning? You know, I mean, why drag it out? And the reason I ask this question, it may seem kind of, you know, foolish, but the bottom line is, without lawyers like yourself who are willing to go to bat for these people, most people would lose, wouldn't they?
Sure, but understand this. Hospitals are businesses, they're corporations. They're in it for profit. And what they try to do is, number one, they want to see if the lawyer has the guts to go forward, has the money to go ahead and invest in the case, and if the client has the guts to go forward. Because oftentimes they'll make offers and they'll try to entice someone to settle a case for less than 100 cents on the dollar because they know his economic condition.
Did they make an offer in this case in the beginning?
Sure, they made many offers, and we did not resolve this case until our client got what we felt was a fair settlement offer.
And you settled the case. It's public knowledge what you
That's correct. Yes, it is.
What do you mind saying?
$2.6 million.
And what did they offer in the beginning? I think, what, 100,000 or something?
It started about that, yeah.
100,000. So, you know, as the audience watches it, they might think, well, why aren't they doing the right thing? Very rarely do they do the right thing, do they?
Only when the gun is to their head and it's cocked do they do the right thing usually.
Today we have Lazaro with us. We're going to bring him on right now.